different cities and places, they keep on putting this up, talking about how Jesus never taught hate, but he was washing people's feet. Now, I just find it kind of hilarious that in this picture, you got a so-called black woman washing the feet of,
what it do, boy?
We'll just say
good, people.
Probably a European woman. We'll just go with that for right now. Now, you know, they have other pictures of so-called white people washing the feet of other white people and things like that. But see, this is what happens when you have ignored your... This is already happening. We have been put at the bottom, and we were used by all of the other nations. All of the other nations had us washing their feet. Now, all of a sudden, it's just an imperative for them to say that Jesus never taught hate. Well, maybe he didn't, but you did. All of the other nations have taught each other to hate our people. You are guilty of coming together and putting the so-called black people at the bottom. Just like when people come here to this nation and you warn them to not trust us so-called black people. Just like Psalms 83, how everyone is confederate with obliterating the name of Israel. This is your MO. These are the testimonies the Most High has against you. Now, it's pretty rich for you guys to be coming up with commercials like Jesus did not teach hate, and then put a picture of a so-called black woman seeing someone else's feet as if somehow we are all of a sudden the ones that have been teaching hate. When that is your testimony, that is what you have been doing. You hate us so much that even now, at the end, you still will not admit the truth. Even now, at the end, you will not admit that we are the sons and daughters of the living power. Even at the end, you hate us so much that you won't tell the people that these are the people that the world should be blessing. Even at the end, you will not tell the people that all of the destruction that is coming on the earth is all predicated on their treatment of us so-called black people. So like I said, you hate us so much that you will not even admit any of this truth. So like I said, in these commercials, it's just funny to sit there and talk about how Jesus didn't teach hate. Who has been the one that's gone worldwide telling everyone to hate us so-called black people? That would be you. So you don't get to talk about what Jesus taught back then, because see, you've already been in charge for thousands of years. You've had your opportunity to tell the world the truth. You've had your opportunity to work with the Most High's chosen people, as opposed to rape, rob, murder, and steal everything about them, steal their heritage, give it to everyone else, and now have the whole world, just lost. Everyone in this world is lost because it was so important, you hated us so much that you stripped us of our inheritance and gave it to everyone else, which then screws them over because they don't know their place in the universe. Everyone has a place in the universe. Everyone has their gifts, and everyone has their missions to play here on the earth. But considering the fact that you wanted to supplant us as the people who had a direct line with the Most High, and you wanted that.
And make sure you subscribe to my channel, bro.
Now you screwed up everyone.
On YouTube, look up Khan Naga.
And just to sit here and act as like this situation has not been what's been going on.
You see on YouTube.
Our people.
Yes, sir. YouTube and TikTok. Going
out of our way to take care of you. Going out our way to show you love.
I couldn't hear what they were saying, but I know they was getting mad at him.
Yeah, they was.
The horrible things you put up.
I love it. That's their energy.
loved you.
He said, learn about your people.
So
I'm crying over here, boy.
We still went.
How you gonna get mad at me and I'm learning your history?
That you were telling us the truth. We
I'm
still
just learning your
that
history.
You had our best.
It's not Kanaga 69, is it?
All
Yes,
of your
sir.
history and all of your actions.
You white boy?
Prove.
No, they put the 6'9".
Everything that you've done has been to destroy.
No, I said you a white boy.
Keep us at the bottom.
That's Kamala Harris.
Even like I said, this.
No, I see a white boy on here.
That's Kamala Harris.
Hypocritical. Because you know, anytime that we talk about the truth and we try to bring out information, you. Information.
Hold up. Shit ain't adding up, baby.
That's me though. That's me, bro.
Racism.
Man, I just
you know, we could be guilty of gross racism.
Nigga. See a nigga.
We had to go back.
So called.
that bitch Indian.
And us do what you did to us for hundreds.
That bitch is not black.
She's not even Indian.
After we kept
Indian's a new word.
Put you in.
That word didn't come out to 1949.
Your self-perception of yourself made you hate yourself.
No, she Indian.
That's a new word, man. That didn't come out to 1949. Really? There's no land called India.
You could scream reverse racism.
Unless you're talking about the West Indies.
Systematic
that's America.
Things that you've done to oppress us that to you.
Hey, y'all gotta start it up. Put up some
We're teaching history.
That's it. We ain't teaching hate. We're teaching history.
And other books that you have suppressed with historical events that have already.
I ain't never seen a black person hate on nobody.
You already had your opportunity to help each other.
When you hate on somebody, you have to have the advantage of taking advantage of somebody. We ain't never had the advantage to take advantage of anybody.
And you destroyed that too.
But each other.
And now that you've done all these
that
things,
part.
And you have not washed.
But that's not our fault, though.
You have not gone out of your way to try to do anything for our people. And in fact, you've done everything to keep us at the bottom.
That's right.
So when have you ever, Gentiles, when have you ever symbolically washed the feet of the so-called black people?
Never.
When have you gone out of your way to try to make things right with them? When have you gone out of your way to try to make things right? When have you gone out of your way to give them back the land that you stole from them? When have you gone out of your way to give them the identity that you've stolen from them? When have you gone out of your way to give them the years of free labor that you received?
You're welcome.
When have you done that? Because see, you're not gonna be able to get away with, well, I'm sorry. You're sorry for what? Well, I'm not gonna say exactly what I'm sorry for, because that would incriminate me even more. I'm just gonna give you I'm sorry, and you better take it. Because see, that just shows you that you still think that you are superior, and that you don't have to admit your wrongs, the wrongs that you have committed to our people. See, you have no problem giving money hand over fist to everyone else, even though they have done nothing. You've done nothing to them. If you give money to Ukraine, you give money to Ish, you give money to other countries. I said you have no problem just handing over blank checks to them. But for our people, it's like, well, we don't know what you're going to do with the money. We can't trust that you're going to spend it the correct way. We can't have you guys think that you can go and, separate from us and do your own thing. See, that just shows you the superiority that you seem to think that you have that kind of control. And you put up a picture like this as if somehow the so-called black people have already benefited and that they need to be brought down to take care of you in the future. But you forgot the fact that we've already gone through our destruction. We've already gone through our cursing. We've already done this. Our sisters have gone out of their way to make you feel comfortable. Many of our men, same thing, they have joined themselves to you Gentiles. And whatever happens when you guys kill one of our people, you always come to us. Do you forgive them? Do you forgive that cop for shooting down your son? Do you forgive that cop for, he didn't even ask for forgiveness, but you need to forgive him anyways. See, you want us to make you feel comfortable. This is exactly what this picture is symbolizing right here. You want our people to forget their pain, the pain that you caused them. And you want them to go out of their way to make you feel good. But you never reciprocate. You never go out of your way to feel better about themselves. You never go out of your way to take care of our people. You are living on our lands. You have been using our resources, right? I said, you've been doing all of those things. You've taken our book, you've taken all of those things, our history, and you turned it against us and used all these things against us. You've used them as a weapon to destroy our people. And even after all that, we still loved you. We still took care of you because you know what's in our nature. That is in our nature, to be a forgiving people. Because we know that the level of forgiveness that we give to others will be the measuring stick the Most High will use on us.
That's right.
Now, if that's the case with us, how much do you think the Most High is going to forgive you? How much forgiveness do you think he's going to give you? Because you don't forgive anyone. If anyone does anything to you, you want vengeance. What do you guys say? If you kill one of ours, we're going to kill 100 of yours. Well, if that's what you have been measured, that's your measuring stick. What do you think the Most High is going to do to you? What do you think the Most High is about to do to you, to the billions upon billions of our people that you have destroyed? Maybe that's why the Most High says that you're going to get what we got, but double, because he's going to use the same type of measuring stick of forgiveness that you have used on others. See, you know that you have not done right by our people. And I'm sure that the Spirit is coming and letting you know that in the evening, during the day. Our spirits, our ancestors, our angels are tormenting you.
That's right.
Mentally and spiritually. This is why you have to go out and look for any kind of distraction that you possibly can, because in those quiet times, what's coming? You already know. The Most High has already destroyed your sense of a future that's coming for you, a positive future. Your future looks so great and it's so bright that you need sunglasses. That's how you guys used to live your lives. But now it's a total opposite. Now you see no way out from the doldrums that you are already in. You see no future for your children or for your grandchildren, because that is the spirit that is pervasive over the lands today. You know that there's something wrong, and you all know what it is, because you know how we know that you know what it is? Because you refuse to talk about it. You refuse to talk about the slavery that you put our people through. You've refused to talk about the way that you raped our women, our daughters, our boys, and our men. You refuse to talk about the gator bait that you used our people for. You refuse to talk about the experiments that you performed on our people. These are things that you are not going to be able to forgive or forget with an I'm sorry. You're not going to be able to, get a redo because you put up a commercial on the Super Bowl talking about how Jesus didn't preach hate. And that's exactly all that you've preached. You've done nothing but, not only have you preached hate, you have made hate something that was legal in your society. It was legal to hate us. In fact, it was encouraged for you to hate our people. You made it so we couldn't, you could do whatever you wanted to us, and we couldn't go to the courts for justice. That's because you knew back then that eventually the Most High was going to be giving you that, was going to give you that justice that we deserve. And he's going to be getting it from you. And you already knew that. So therefore, you wanted to live YOLO. You wanted to live your own lives. You did not want to have to pay the piper. And now it's a wrap. Now it's all done. Now the Most High is showing you that there is no future. There is no great future. This is why your spirits are so low. This is why your spirits are so vexed. This is why we see nothing but zombies walking around now. Just zombies that are just pretty much, it's like a puncher. It's like a boxer who's been getting beat up. The first few rounds, they looked invincible. That's what you Gentiles were like. First few rounds, that's why everybody wanted to be with you. Everybody wanted to be around you. That's why our women wanted to gravitate to you because, you were under your blessing. So therefore, black and brown women wanted to be with you because, you made their lives easier because you had the juice at that time. You had the blessings at that time, right? Well, now it's the end of the fight. And the fight, the person that you were fighting against that you were beaten up, beaten to death. The first 6 rounds, 7 rounds, 8 rounds has now been reinvigorated. Now you are on your last leg, and now your opponent is just beating the hell out of you. And now you're just stumbling around, waiting to be knocked out. That's exactly where you are today. Your adversary, the Most High's chosen people, when they were going through the curses, you were able to just beat them down. And everyone was just looking at you and telling you about how great you were and how great you are and everything else. But then the Most High, that spirit came back into his people, and now they are throwing the haymakers at you and beating you down. They've already knocked you down 2 to 3 times. You're up, stumbling around, and they're just looking at you, licking their chops because they know that they have the power now. And they know that they're going to be the champions again. And they're never going to lose that championship.
Hold on, I need y'all niggas to acknowledge my greatness.
That's exactly what you're seeing.
You didn't have nobody back on that motherfucker. Nobody back. You already know what I'm saying on that, man. You don't really have nobody back but your own on that one, boy.
Hey, keep us alive, bro. Keep us alive. Keep us alive and
He don't go to a spot telling you where he can see whatever coming his way. That's it.
You can keep everything you stole from us too, but you don't have to admit what you've done to us. You don't have to admit who we are. You don't have to admit anything. You can just keep my resources. You can keep my land, and I'll just and I'll be cool with you just saying maybe an I'm sorry, but you're still going to keep everything. Yeah, that's not going to happen. That is not going to happen. See, in the scriptures, you're going to 2 Maccabees. It talks about how the Israelites were going to be punished first. You talk about in Romans as well, how our people are punished first. And the Most High lets you other nations just build up and build up your destruction. He allows you to just keep on sinning, and he's keeping tabs. And then when he gets ready to make the switch, it's just utter destruction for you. And that's exactly what you're seeing right now. Nope, there's not going to be any revival. Nope, your pastors and your priests can't save you. Nope, there's no white Jesus that's going to come back and say that, oh, it's okay that you do these hateful things. I'm going to wash your feet. As if somehow you guys are the ones that need to be saved. You have been the ones that have been living high on the hog for some reason that Jesus is coming to save. No one is coming to save you from this mess that you have made. You will lie in it. You will accept your fate, because that's exactly what happens to all the other nations that put their hands on Israel. Eventually, the Most High is going to restore his people. This restoration is forever. There is no other country that's going to be coming and taking over, being on top anymore. We will be the heads going forward from now on. Thank you, Father, for opening our eyes and our hearts to be able to receive